welcome back to Storytime. This week is all about Winnie the Pooh.
The more we get together, the more we get together, the happier we'll be. For your friends are my friends, and my friends are your friends. The more we get together, the happier we'll be.
Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out and wiggle my waggles away. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out. Clap, clap, clap my crazies out and wiggle my waggles away. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out. Jump, jump, jump my jiggles out and wiggle my waggles away.
I got a yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out. Yawn, yawn, yawn my sleepies out and wiggle my waggles away. I gotta
Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out. Shake, shake, shake my sillies out and wiggle my waggles away. And wiggle my waggles away. 5 balloons up in the sky. See them flying way up high? If one of those balloons should happen to pop, only 4 balloons will be left floating up top. 4 balloons up in the sky. See them flying way up high? If one of those balloons should happen to pop, only 3 balloons will be left floating up top. 3 balloons up in the sky. See them flying way up high? If one of those balloons should happen to pop, only 2 balloons will be left floating up top. 2 balloons up in the sky. See them flying way up high? If one of those balloons should happen to pop, only 1 balloon will be left floating up top. 1 balloon up in the sky. See it flying way up high? If that balloon should happen to pop, no balloons will be left floating up top.
Winnie the Pooh and Some Bees by A. Milne. Once upon a time, a very long time ago now, about last Friday, Winnie the Pooh lived in a forest under the name of Sanders. One day, when he was out walking, he came to an open place in the middle of the forest, and in the middle of this place was a large oak tree. From the top of the tree there came a loud buzzing noise. Bzzz. Winnie the Pooh began to think. That buzzing means something, he said to himself. You don't get a buzzing noise like that, just buzzing and buzzing, without it meaning something. If there's a buzzing noise, somebody's making a buzzing noise. And the only reason for making a buzzing noise that I know of is because you're a bee. Then he thought another long time and said, and the only reason for being a bee that I know of is making honey. And then he got up and said, and the only reason for making honey is so as I can eat it. So he began to climb the tree. He climbed and he climbed and he climbed. And as he climbed, he sang a little song to himself. Isn't it funny how a bear likes honey? Bzz, bzz, bzz. I wonder why he does. Then he climbed a little farther, and a little farther, and then just a little farther. By that time, he had thought of another song. It's a very funny thought that if bears were bees, they'd build their nests at the bottom of trees. And that being so, if the bees were bears, we shouldn't have to climb up all these stairs. He was just getting rather tired now, but he was nearly there. And he just stood on that branch. Crack! Oh, help! Said Pooh, dropping 10 feet to the branch below him. If only I hadn't, he said, as he bounced 20 feet onto the next branch. You see what I mean to do, he explained, as he turned head over heels and crashed through the next 6 branches. Then he spun around 3 times and flew gracefully into a gorse bush. It all comes of liking honey so much, he said. Oh, help! He crawled out of the gorse bush, brushed the prickles from his nose, and began to think again. And the first person he thought of was Christopher Robin. So Winnie the Pooh went round to his friend Christopher Robin, who lived behind a green door in another part of the forest. "Good morning, Christopher Robin," he said. "Good morning, Winnie the Pooh." "I wonder," said Pooh, "if you've got such a thing as a balloon about you." "A balloon? What do you want a balloon for?" Winnie the Pooh looked around to see that nobody was listening. "Honey," he said in a deep whisper. "But you don't get honey with balloons," said Christopher Robin. "I do," said Pooh. Christopher Robin had been to a party the day before at the house of his friend Piglet. There had been balloons at the party. He had brought a green one and a blue one home with him. "Which balloon would you like?" Christopher Robin asked. Pooh put his head between his paws and thought very carefully. "It's like this," he said. "When you go after honey with a balloon, the great thing is to not let the bees know you're coming. Now, if you have a green balloon, they might think you were part of the tree and not notice you. And if you have a blue balloon, they might think you were part of the sky and not notice you." "Wouldn't they notice you underneath the balloon?" asked Christopher Robin. "They might or they might not," said Pooh. "You never can tell with bees." He thought for a moment. "I shall try to look like a small black cloud. That will deceive them." "Then you had better have the blue balloon," said Christopher Robin, and so it was decided. They both went out with the blue balloon, and Christopher Robin took his bubble gun with him just in case. And Winnie the Pooh went to a very muddy place and rolled and rolled and rolled until he was black all over. When the balloon was blown up as big, Christopher Robin and Pooh both held onto the string. Then Christopher Robin let go suddenly, and Pooh Bear floated up into the sky. He stayed there level with the top of the tree and about 20 feet away from it. "Hooray!" shouted Christopher Robin. "What do I look like?" Winnie the Pooh shouted down to him. "You look like a bear holding a balloon," said Christopher Robin. "Not," said Pooh anxiously, "not like a small black cloud in a blue sky?" "Not very much." "Perhaps from up here it looks different," said Pooh. "And as I say, you never can tell with bees." There was no wind to blow him nearer to the tree, so there he stayed. Pooh could see the honey, he could smell the honey, but he couldn't quite reach the honey. After a little while, he called down to Christopher Robin. "I think the bees might suspect something," Pooh said. "What sort of thing?" asked Christopher Robin. "I don't know," said Pooh, "but something tells me they're suspicious. Perhaps they think that you're after their honey." "It may be that," said Pooh. "You never can tell with bees." There was another little silence, and then Pooh called down again. "Christopher Robin?" "Yes?" "Have you an umbrella in your house?" "I think so." "I wish you would bring it out here," said Pooh. "I think if you did that, it would help with the bees." So Christopher Robin went home for his umbrella. "Oh, there you are," called down Pooh when he got back. "I've discovered that the bees are now definitely suspicious." "Shall I put my umbrella up?" said Christopher Robin. "Yes," said Pooh, "and walk up and down with it. Then look up at me and say, 'Tut, tut, it looks like rain.' I shall do what I can by singing a little cloud song such as a cloud might sing." So while Christopher Robin walked up and down and wondered if it would rain, Winnie the Pooh sang the song, "How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. Every little cloud always sings aloud. How sweet to be a cloud floating in the blue. It makes him very proud to be a little cloud." The bees were still buzzing as suspiciously as ever. Some of them, indeed, left their nest and flew all round the cloud, and as it began the second verse of its song. One bee even sat down on the nose of the cloud for a moment, and then got up again. "Christopher, Robin," called out the cloud. "Yes? I have just been thinking, and I have come to a very important decision. These are the wrong sort of bees." "Are they?" "Quite the wrong sort," the cloud went on. "So I should think they would make the wrong sort of honey." "Would they?" "Yes, so I think I shall come down." "How?" asked Christopher Robin. Pooh hadn't thought about this. If he let go of the string, he would fall, bump. And he didn't like the idea of that. So he thought for a long time, and then he said, "Christopher Robin, just shoot the balloon with your bubble gun." "But if I do that, I'll spoil the balloon." "But if you don't," said Pooh, "I shall have to let go, and that would spoil me." When Pooh put it like that, Christopher Robin saw how it was. He aimed very carefully at the balloon and fired. "Oh," said Pooh. "Did I miss?" asked Christopher Robin. "You didn't exactly miss," said Pooh, "but you missed the balloon." "I'm so sorry," said Christopher Robin. And he fired again. This time he hit the balloon, and the air came slowly out, and Winnie the Pooh floated down to the ground. But his arms were so stiff from holding the balloon all that time that they stayed straight in the air for more than a week. And whenever a fly came and settled on his nose, he had to blow it off. And I think, but I'm not sure, that is why he was always called Pooh.
Thanks for joining us.
Bye!
Winnie the Pooh, willy-nilly, silly old